Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of 22 Minutes with Jason and Stefan. I am Jason Bates, and I'm going to bring you the lender side of things. And then he, as you've seen in the pre-show, he is Stefan Cotton. He's going to bring us the realtor side of things.
I don't know what to do when the crowd cheers.
Yeah, do the
Yes.
the
Hulk Hogan.
yeah, the Hulk Hogan. There you go. That'll work.
And you go like this, point over there.
You got to flex your bicep there.
Yeah. Right. Smart. We got to work on this a little bit better.
Yeah, that was a little weak there. No wrestler in my background. Hey, we hope to not only entertain you, but also bring you some valuable content that you can actually use when you're looking to buy, sell, refinance, or invest in property. If you're here in Phoenix metropolitan area, well, we would love to be your team of choice. So please reach out to us. We'd love to help you with your piece of the American dream. And if you would, please share with your friends and family this episode. We are humbled by the fact that you've chosen this episode or this show over all the other shows that are out there, because there are quite a few out there on Facebook and YouTube and whatnot. So we do appreciate your support. So thank you for that. All right. This is Monday. So we always, on Mondays, this is the top newsmakers. We always talk about the things that were, in the headlines of the week before in news. So, but before we get to that, we always do a tweet quote of the day. So let's get to the tweet quote of the day. All right. This one I think is pretty appropriate for us. What do you think?
Yeah, that's how I run my business, actually.
Yeah.
I educate.
That's what we like to do. We educate here. That's the whole purpose of the show. When I came across this tweet, I thought, well, this is perfect. This is exactly our motto here, right? We want to educate people.
I think people, I put the trust in the people that with the proper information, they can make the decision that's best for them.
Exactly right. And that's what we do. We try to even when I'm talking to clients and doing an application with a client, I try to present as many opportunities or many different loan scenarios, if you will, or different scenarios to their situation, and then let them make the choice that's best for them and their family. Too often we find that there are loan officers, even realtors, that kind of steer people. You shouldn't do this. You should do this.
Yeah.
That's not good. All right. Hey, let's get to Monday Newsmakers because we got a lot to cover here today's episode. So we'll try to cover it all if we can. But let's do it. All right, top one here. Bitcoin. Hey, I got a sound clip. We mentioned this about I don't know, it's been a year maybe.
No, a couple months ago, one of your friends up in Michigan bought a car using Bitcoin. Remember?
Yes. However, there was a house purchased in Spain or something like that, or somewhere, and I thought it was about a year ago that we did this. But the United States, I think just last year, recognized Bitcoin as a currency and taxes it. And so, yes, you can buy other things with Bitcoin. If you're not familiar with Bitcoin, Bitcoin is an online currency that you have. I have a couple Bitcoins.
Dang.
Just a couple.
Leia.
I mean, they're worth like 0.0001% of a penny or something like that.
What? Oh.
Yeah. You have to. And I don't know if I can play this. Hopefully, I can play this here. I don't know if this is going to play. I may have to dub it over or something like that. But I've got a sound bite. So let me see if I can play this here right now.
Sure.
No, it's not. Oh, here we go.
So why not real estate? The first single-family home in Texas sold to a buyer using Bitcoin closed just a couple of months ago, and apparently it was pretty easy.
We knew that, Bitcoin's cryptocurrency. It's like any other currency. It has an exchange rate. It can be exchanged for US dollars. So the challenge, which actually wasn't all that challenging, was to figure out who would do an exchange that large.
So they turned to BitPay, which did the exchange because the seller didn't want Bitcoin. He wanted dollars. That will not be the case in Lower Manhattan, where one developer is converting an old rental building into new condos. He has several buyers who want to pay in Bitcoin, and he wants to keep the Bitcoins.
I think I will. I think I'll be able to use it both personally and as a developer, but I think it'll become a long-term means to make payment. I've been buying some artwork of recent, and personally for me, I've had a bunch of sellers of artwork ask me to pay them in Bitcoin. That's a possibility for me going forward if I elect to convert my capital.
Now, Shaul says that accepting Bitcoin gives him a competitive edge over other sellers in a very hot market like Manhattan. Really, whatever it takes, he says, to close the deal.
What do you think, man? A whole project going under Bitcoin in Manhattan.
I think it's for me, it'd be a good like savings tool or something because I won't be able to spend it at the Circle K. Right? You know what I mean? Like, okay.
Well, no, there's quite a few actual. I haven't seen them here in Phoenix, but I've seen video and stuff like that of Bitcoin being used in some of the New York City boroughs or whatever, in some of the convenience stores or whatever. They have a Bitcoin emblem saying they accept Bitcoin. So,
dang.
There you go. Here's the thing. I know today, like I don't carry as much cash as I used to. I mean, I don't touch as much cash, right? Everything's kind of debit card or, I even use my not my Apple Pay, but my Android Pay or whatever. So I don't know. Bitcoin may be the future. A lot of people believe it is, right? To buy a house with Bitcoin, that's pretty significant.
It's an interesting concept for sure. I just make sure that it's very protected, but it's interesting where we're headed. I was on I had a phone call conversation this weekend, and the people said, "Can you just call me from your home line?" My home line has the cord still. Well, I can't get to the computer with it. And they're like, "What kind of phone is this?" And then I was like, "Well, my wife and I only ever use that phone for calling each other when our son has our cell phone. That's it." Right. But it was pretty funny to think that there was a time when that was even the dials. Yeah. Now they're cordless homes, and who has a home phone? We have one, but that's it.
Yeah. Hard to imagine a life without currency, cash currency, but could be happening. All right, Ben Carson last week testified, or not really testified, but was in the House Financial Services Committee last week, and they kind of beat him up. A little bit. So I want to read this here a little bit. Let's see. Housing and Urban Development Secretary Ben Carson did field some questions on FHA. The written testimony was brief, but questions became fiery at times. Congresswoman Betty asked about cuts to FHA premiums. It's unfortunately devolved into an unproductive parley that never answered the question, excuse me, although Carson said he would answer it. Republican Sherman also asked about FHA premium rollback, but only receiving an answer indicating it was HUD's position to make homeownership affordable. Now, the HUD premiums, upfront premiums for FHA, if you're looking to get an FHA loan, there's an upfront premium that's paid and enrolled into the loan. It's currently at 1.75%. However, Congress gave the authority to HUD to increase that up to 2.5% when this was enacted, I think in 2012 or something like that. But the original FHA premium, when I was doing FHA premiums back in, 2003 or whatever, I think it was like 0.85 or 0.75 or 6.5, I think it was.
Yeah, it's a little smaller.
Yeah.
Back when you're rolling with cash.
Yeah, right. So basically, the Congress people were saying, "Hey, look, HUD's in good shape financially. Why do you still need to charge these premiums?" And so it was kind of a heated conversation a little bit. It is clear that Chair Henseling wants to limit the size of FHA insurance. Carson reassured him that 95% of FHA loans are in the $200,000 range. Republican Heck asked Carson if HECMs which are reverse mortgages, which fall under the FHA guideline, which have gone through some serious renovation here as of late as well, should be removed from the mutual insurance fund. Carson responded it would be a worthy pursuit. MBA, Mortgage Brokers Association, supports that move, the rollback of that, or exclusion of that HECMs. One question from Republican Royce dealt with the idea that co-insurance to reduce FHA's risk. Carson responded that FHA is looking into that. The question is whether investors would be willing to pay as much for loans with insurance other than that of the federal government. Remember last week we talked about the differences between FHA, conventional, that sort of thing?
Yep.
FHA is a government-insured loan. So now they're talking about maybe bringing in some private insurance to these loans.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to work. I don't know.
Well, to relieve the, I don't know if it'll go private if you relieve that upfront cost too. I mean, that's part of the bonus of getting that insurance, right? I don't know.
Yeah, but it brings down the amount financed, which then brings down the payment slightly. When I say slightly, I mean like $1. It's not going to bring it down that much. Let's see here. So Carson attacks False Claims Act use. There's a False Claims Act use in FHA. Housing and Urban Development Secretary Ben Carson testimony before the House Financial Service Committee at the end of last week held at least one surprise. The vast majority of lenders who have made FHA loans seem to have been second-guessed as to whether they followed FHA guidelines. This is part of the CFPB kind of thing. Somehow it became twisted into those guidelines being hard and fast rules that resulted in huge fines. Although he is late to the party on False Claims Act relief, Carson stated, "We are already addressing that problem of how the act has been issued. Our staff, along with the DOJ staff, and we are committed to getting that resolved because it's ridiculous, quite frankly." So Carson kind of agrees with some of these fines the CFPB has kind of issued to lenders for not, quote unquote, following FHA guidelines when some of the guidelines aren't super clear. So to be continued on that. Those are the sort of things that hold lenders kind of ties their wrists, right? Kind of prevents them from
things you can't do, right?
Yeah, because they're always afraid of these these fines and stuff.
Because we talked about it last week, and I think it's worth repeating. Like, you guys are just trying to find, can we give you guys a loan? Are you trustworthy enough to get a loan?
Right.
And then here's the guidelines. So you have all these like specific guidelines to make sure that you qualify for what makes you guys comfortable to get the loan. But sometimes you'd like to give somebody a loan, but you can't because of these CFPB rules.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly right. Okay, next one here, Equifax. Equifax has been in the news quite a bit here lately, as of late, right? For some data breaches going on. And their troubles continue. Equifax work number also likely compromised. So the work number. So when we're as lenders, we use the work number to verify employment. A lot of HR companies get upset with mortgage companies calling them. They don't have time for us to verify employment, so they subscribe to a work number kind of thing where we can call the number and it will verify that person's employment. You have to put in a PIN. You have to authorize us to do that, but they use it. When it rains, it pours. Tech experts believe that not only was Equifax Credit Bureau hacked, but they believe the work number has also been hacked. Now it says they believe.
Yeah.
Was it or wasn't it? I don't understand. It's kind of cut and dry in my opinion.
I think it was then. If they believe it was, then it was. I mean, because I only believe things that I think are true. So
yeah.
Right? So I think it would be true. Yeah.
One expert says the work number relies on horribly weak authentication. It's kind of a hard word to say. For access to the information. If access to the work number and similar database become greatly restricted, it could be a blow to automated services being offered by Fannie Mae and private services such as Rocket Mortgage. So Rocket Mortgage is going to be sputtering.
Do you think people are willing to pay a little bit to know that their credit information is a little more secret?
Well, this kind of goes back to Bitcoin. Okay, so are the future bank robbers going to be just hackers?
Yeah, probably.
hacking into Bitcoin. I don't know.
Yeah.
This technology, for all it's good, there are a lot of negatives to it too, and we just haven't, as a society, gotten a grasp on how serious it really is, or can be, or detrimental to things. So hopefully they'll get that straightened out, man. That's just, I wonder, conspiracy theories, right? Conspiracy with JFK's, potentially release of data or whatever. Is TransUnion doing this to Equifax?
Oh.
Or Experian? I mean, could your competitors actually hack into you and disrupt your business flow?
Yeah, but don't you think it's a red flag for the other ones too? It's not like they're saying that they're better. I think it just opens up the opportunity for us to worry about them too.
Yeah.
I mean, what happens to Wells Fargo might happen to Chase. What happens to Chase might happen to B of A.
Maybe.
So it's not like you close your account at Chase when something bad happens and go to B of A, and then something bad happens there and you go to the next one.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
I like it though. Did you want me to do that? You need to have that theme song for the X-Files.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, Social Security numbers. We talked a little bit last week about Social Security numbers. They're in the headline again here. Are Social Security numbers any longer useful validation tools? I'm not playing my sound effect, am I? I got to play that. Well, there's our new sound effect.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Kind of deadens the silence there a little bit. With Equifax being hacked, Social Security numbers Social Security numbers, along with the names and addresses of individuals associated with them, could be easily publicly available. This brings us to the question to whether Social Security numbers have any use as a security measure. The Trump administration is exploring ways to replace the use of Social Security numbers as the main method of assuring people's identities. I feel very strongly that Social Security number has outlived its usefulness, says Rob Roy, special assistant to the president. Every time we use the Social Security number, you put it at risk. So I don't know what's it going to be. Fingerprints,
eye scans,
hair samples. I don't know.
Something you need to turn on the comment section because we got a pretty good comment about Bitcoin.
Oh yeah, it is on. Why is it not?
No.
Going.
Not rotating.
Well, all right.
No pressure.
Sorry.
No pressure. But yes, to answer your question about Social Security numbers, I don't know where my card is. I mean, it's in a wallet that I misplaced.
Yeah.
What do I don't get to change it. I don't get to change myself.
So you're not taking some security measures then?
The what I'm saying is we don't. I don't know how we need it. I'd rather cancel, yeah, because I misplaced my wallet and I changed my debit card.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right.
That's how I roll.
We'll see how you roll. I'll put the comment up here in just a second as soon as it gets to that. There it goes.
Okay. There it is, the value of Bitcoin. It's a little longer, guys, so if you want to get to our Facebook page, Desmond has a lot of things to say about it. It's worth probably private messaging him if you're interested in the Bitcoin. I'm going to do a name drop to Desmond here. He says it's over $5,000. So if you have a couple of those, Jason?
Yeah, I have a couple Bitcoin. I have a Bitcoin wallet or whatever. There's online wallets and stuff like that you can have. So I do have a couple. And he's right. There are places where it's kind of the, I don't know, mining or whatever, and you can get free Bitcoin. Because people are like, well, how do I get Bitcoin? There are places out there on the web that, and I'm not quite crystal clear on how to get it. Maybe Desmond
does. He knows.
Yeah.
Yeah. The whole comment talks about it. In fact, it's like this long.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. All right, good. So head over to our post there and check it out for sure.
Yep.
All right, next one here. Next story here. I don't want to get too sidetracked. Taxes. Tax proposal may impact real estate values. What? Big deal right now, right? Changing the tax code, potentially?
Yes.
Right?
We just voted. We just had a vote right now. We added a little bit of our increase to our taxes for our high schools. So.
Yeah. The Trump administration is proposing several tax law changes that could impact real estate values. Increasing the standard deduction in itself would make it far less attractive to itemize benefit from the mortgage interest deduction. This would make it less attractive to buy a home rather than rent, even if the MID is retained, mortgage interest deduction is retained. The second and perhaps even more damaging aspect would be to eliminate the deductibility of local real estate taxes. As real estate taxes continue to escalate, losing this deduction could act as an increase in tax revenues for the federal government and increase overall tax burden despite doubling the standard deduction.
Why would a real estate mogul put this in place?
Yeah, exactly. I think this is this might be a little trying to stretch to get the news kind of thing, you know?
Yeah. I don't know why.
Because it says it could. Yeah, that could impact real estate taxes or real estate values. I guess their theory is that not as many people would buy the properties, therefore values would, kind of level off or whatever. Maybe. We'll see. Yep. Hey, if I can keep more money of my money and not have to pay the federal government, I'd be happy with that. But if it's being rerouted to another area, I wouldn't be so happy about that for sure. All right, next story here. First American. It's a title company. I believe, or maybe it's a mortgage company here. It's mortgage, excuse me. First American Mortgage. Says it can reduce appraisal time by 20%. 20%. We don't have too much of this issue here in Phoenix. But even 20% of what we have would be good. First American Mortgage Solutions is offering a smart, quote-unquote smart valuation, which seamlessly integrates big data, mobile technology, and reconfigured workflows. By giving appraisers all the research in the package, early metrics demonstrate a 16 to 20% reduction in appraisal turn times, along with improvements in quality. I'm not sure what that means. In addition, using ACI Sky technology, it is moving the back-end quality control process to data validation at every step. Sounds like another way to be hacked to me.
Well, plus all that data, they get it from Zestimate, Zillow.com.
Right.
Oh,
cut the time by 20.
Yeah, 1 day. You save a day.
Yeah. You save a day.
If it takes a week, you save a day.
At least here in Phoenix, anyway, by those numbers. But, yeah, I mean, if that means your appraisal value comes in 20% lower, I don't know. I think I'd wait the extra day.
Right.
What do you think?
Yeah, we'll see how it works out.
Yeah, we'll see how it works out.
See what this First American Mortgage is all about.
All right, almost done here. Almost done. We got two more here. Quick ones here. Quicken Loans adopts e-note technology. E-note technology is the e-signing. I think we talked about this, a couple weeks ago, about somebody who signed everything electronically.
2-3 months ago. That was a while ago, yeah. Michigan.
Yeah. Well, Quicken is adopting it wholeheartedly. E-notes are hardly new, but it is always newsworthy when a major lender like Quicken adopts new technology, since it pushes the rest of the industry to follow. So we'll see if everybody follows this. United Wholesale completed a totally digital closing back in July. As we all know, notes were lost in the mortgage fiasco. That's where people were, foreclosed on wrongfully. E-note technology stores enforceable notes in an e-vault. Everything's e-notes, e-vault, where they will never be lost. Quicken is using eOriginal, a Baltimore-based provider of digital products for the financial services industry. eOriginal claims their platform can leverage any loan originator system. So it doesn't matter the system you're on. We all use different systems. LOS system is a loan origination system, and LOS. But that's been kind of the problem, is that not all companies can integrate into e-notes. So maybe with this technology now, we'll all be on the same playing field.
I wanted to...
no need for notaries.
Right. Sad.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And I just finally got my license. No, I'm just kidding. I was going to say something about that First American Mortgage that's doing the saving the day off saving the 1 day or 2 days off their appraisal.
Yeah.
Doesn't tell us what their average close days are. What if their average close days are 45 days anyway?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
those are those. That's not the Paul Harvey. That's the rest of the story. Kind of thing. We'll see.
Things that make you go,
Yeah, things that make you go, Okay, next. Next one here, Texas. Texas, man, the people in Texas they got hit hard with Harvey, right?
They can't get a break yet.
Yeah, they can't get a break, but they're getting a break now. Texas is the hottest single-family housing market in the country. There you go. Texas is hot. According to a new report from 10X, Texas has the top 3 spots for single-family real estate. The top 5 markets in order were San Antonio, number 1, Fort Worth and Dallas, number 2, followed by Columbus, Ohio, my alma mater. That's where I grew up, Columbus. And Tampa, Florida. Each region experienced strong buyer demand, home price appreciation, strong affordability, and economic and demographic growth. The 3 Texas cities saw double-digit home price gains, yet they remain very affordable areas to buy homes. It remains to be seen what impact Hurricanes Harvey and Irma will have on the construction, labor forces, and housing inventory in Texas and Florida. Meanwhile, Southern California and Northeast markets continue to cool due to soaring prices and low inventory, which keeps homeowners out of reach of many first-time buyer homes.
Okay.
So affordability. How long have we been saying this, man? I mean, I don't know if builders could just build affordable homes and there are some here in Phoenix. I mean, Phoenix overall is relatively affordable.
Right.
But if builders could get on that bandwagon and, build cheap homes, they would sell pretty fast. You don't have to build the
big ones. Yeah.
Yeah, stop building the big McMansion kind of things. So, there you go. There we have
I don't know
it.
how we're looking for time.
We're out of time.
Okay.
We're out of time. That does
stuff.
it for yeah. We had a lot to cover there. A lot to cover. Like you said, maybe I should have cut it down to 4, but I thought all those were pretty important. I guess I could have cut out the Texas one, but whatever. Hey everyone, it is what it is, right? It's over.
Hindsight.
What am I gonna do?
Yep.
Hindsight.
Reverse.
Yeah. Hey, everyone, thanks for being a part of the show. Thanks for sticking around throughout the entire show. Thank you for your comments below. Linked God Power. Hello. Thanks for your comments there. Thank you all for your comments and watching the show. Please share with your friends and family. We do this Monday through Friday at 8:30 a.m. Arizona time. So the best way to kind of check that out is like our page, and then you'll get notified when we go live. That way you'll never miss an episode. That would be fantastic. Yeah. So with that, everyone, have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow where we cover some of the latest trends happening in real estate. Until then, everyone have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everybody.